Well, it's saying we are live. So let's
All
roll.
right.
We're live, pal.
This is our first time going live on Instagram, so I'm hoping that it works. We shall see.
Woo!
All right.
What's going on?
There we go. Good looking men right there. Cartoon
Who
Who
version.
are those guys?
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Spokecast, episode 6. The 1 year mark. We'll explain. So we first want to say thank you to Wrestling Cause on Instagram, our buddy from Australia, for making us these awesome creator wrestlers. The whole entire backseat family right there. Donnie B in the middle wearing his Don Johnson 1980s custom Miami Vice suit, brother.
Now
Go ahead.
That's an actual tuxedo from the Miami. It was called the Miami Vice After 6 collection. And that's an actual shoot. I cannot fit in it now, but it's an actual white tuxedo from the Miami Vice collection from the tuxedo shops. I got that in 1980. I want to say 6 or 7. I look good in there. I just want to throw that out there.
You do, and it looks just
I had a
like
white sport coat once, but never with the white pants.
No, that was a
That's
matching
a-
tuxedo. Yep.
Yeah.
I can
Only some
picture it
people
in
can pull
my
that off.
brain.
You would fall
anyway,
from
thanks
the
for
apron to avoid getting dirty.
These are awesome. The legacy back seats in the back, looking over the shoulders of the new back seats. Can't love it any more than I already do. So thank you guys.
Yeah, how sick is it that he has a CAW?
I was in shock.
That is amazing. Like, not too many people get those.
No,
And
it's cool.
Donnie B
Thank you.
is available for DLC, as they say these days, in community.
What's his
that
rating?
I don't know his rating, actually.
Oh, what am I
but
available for? Wait, what am I available for? DC? What?
DLC.
Downloadable content.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Yeah, you can be downloaded in the new WWE 2K.
Ooh,
Pretty awesome.
Maybe I'll be the most downloaded person other than Sunny. Maybe I'll beat that record.
That's a fact.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Pretty awesome, though.
So
That's
anyway,
pretty cool stuff. Yeah. I know we've got some. There's been some sad notes in the wrestling world this week as well. Johnny, you want to touch on that?
yeah. We're not on Instagram Live right now, just so you know.
Mhm.
So that's why there's not as many people watching live, but we'll get that figured out. I just wanted to say, we lost another one this week, and it was one of my PWU wrestlers, Danny Angus. He was another brother tag team, the Angus brothers. That's him in the air right there. Jose Maximo's giving him a suplex. That was Pro Wrestling Press, which was one of the Pro Wrestling Unplugged student shows at the ECW arena. And this is a picture of him before he passed. We don't know what he passed from, so that can't be good, obviously. When we lose tag teams, it's such a tragedy. When we lose brother tag teams, it's an even bigger tragedy. Losing any wrestlers. And with what we've all been through, man, it's just terrible. So I just wanted to say RIP, rest in peace, my brother, and God bless your eternal soul. And our thoughts and prayers are with your family. So thanks for giving me a minute for that, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely sad news there. And a quick shout out for Jack Trades of 2CW. Kind of did everything for that company for its entire existence. He passed away this past week as well. So there's been a lot of really nice messages from all the brothers and sisters out there and stuff that came in there over the years too. So it was a tough week in the indie wrestling world and a lot of that stuff. I guess positive notes though from this past weekend. I know you guys were a little busy, including here in the Empire State of New York. You want to recap how that went?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
We over the weekend had a match against the High Seas and To Infinity and Beyond, two of the biggest teams upstate when it comes to tag team wrestling. Unfortunately, didn't catch the W. We are not the Excite tag team number one contenders for the titles. However, it's all good. We'll get them back.
We won something even more important, and that's the respect of our fellow peers and of our fans up at Excite. And that is more important than any piece of gold you could win, because that's going to get you further in the long run, bottom line.
Yeah. Other than that, it was a fun match. Can't really, I mean, got the crowd's respect afterwards. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. Went in there again, just trying to get the W, doing what we do best, and did anything we could. And even if it meant doing things a little dirty, and still at the end of the match, the crowd just got up and, man, they cheered us all. It was pretty cool.
I know, obviously, you guys had worked the high seas in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Of course, that's Captain Nick Ando and Cloudy. Had you guys worked to Infinity and Beyond before, Cheech and Colin Delaney?
No, that was our first time, and I mean, it just makes us want to just have a regular tag team match with them now. And to add on to that, that was again our third time wrestling the high seas, and they wrestled us when we first did the new backseat gimmick. So they've seen us now from the very beginning, and then Johnny and I have wrestled them 2-on-2 when we actually first debuted for Excite, if I'm not mistaken. Johnny and I had a match with them, so they saw us again in the middle where we kind of just started, or me, for example, started figuring things out a little with the gimmick. And then we got to run it back with them just recently. So that's the third time, and they've seen us progress every time.
Yep. And that brings us right up to the year too, Rob. Like, we named the show the 1 year mark, and what JP just said, you know, it completely, it's like the cycle of time. We were talking about it today. Some people say history doesn't exactly repeat, but it will always rhyme. And I'm noticing so many rhymes in our current run from our original run, which is neat, you know?
Well, it's got to be interesting for you too, because I mean, just thinking of like those opponents that we were just talking about. I mean, I know, Johnny, that you would have been in the ring before with Colin Delaney when he was Colin Olson. Did you work Cheech and Cloudy when they were a team together back in the day? You had to have, right?
I'm pretty sure. I know Cheech was in ROH as a Special K. So
Special
I know
K, yep.
We used them in PW, and same thing with Cheech. They were DeVito students and Lopes.
Yep.
But I just talked to Colin today. I mean, I'm trying to get Colin Delaney in SPO wrestling, you know, like ASAP. So I was talking to him today. I don't know if we're going to get him on the 31st, but we're definitely going to get him. Too great of a talent to be not working for us is how I look at it.
Great mind.
Full
Great
endorsement
voice
for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Great voice. Listen to his
Colin.
voice. He's got to have his own podcast. He could be on ESPN tonight if you listen to his voice.
Yeah. I mean, I've known Colin since 2003 at least. And I will say, like, in 2019, I think it was the first time we did commentary together for Wrestle Circus in Texas for a couple of shows. And no offense to anybody else, but like, it was the easiest, best commentary team. Maybe it's because we'd known each other for so long, but he added so much to that I like. If I always say, like, bring this guy in to wrestle because he's great and he has a great mind for it. He's been around for forever. But also, if you can throw him on commentary for a match or something, you're going to get gold, absolute gold from him. So,
and that's
shout
what
out
we're
to all
looking,
those guys in the match.
Yep. And that's exactly what we're looking to do, Rob. We're trying to do something different. It's a tag team fed. If I can get a tag team on commentary, that's sick.
Yeah.
All those guys are ring generals in their own right. And I just want to, you know, just give Colin the extra shout out because, you know, he actually came to us after the match and said, you know, I've officially wrestled both versions of the Backseat Boys. And, you know, not a lot of people could say that. So, you know, quick little tidbit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Not too many people can say that. And I mean, there's not too many people on that list right now.
Yep.
There are a few, but Colin officially, you know, made the cut, but, you know, he's one of few, not one of many. So that's pretty awesome if you ask me.
Absolutely.
And real quick, let me break in just this one time to say we did announce a match today for SPO. Lucky 13 versus Feral Face. Guys, if you saw Lucky 13's clips from his match at Matt Tremont's H2O this past weekend in his ladder and chairs match, it was sick. He is an animal. And Face, we know he's an attraction. I've never seen anyone react to chops the way Face does. He just blows off chops like they didn't even happen. It's amazing. And we're going to hear from Face at the end of the broadcast tonight. We're going to show the video he made where he directly addresses Lucky 13. So tickets at spowrestling.com. Thank you.
And it's great to still see Lucky 13 doing his thing. I mean, I think how many of those PW tag team matches way back in the day with him and a one young JC Ryder who's made a name for himself in freshly squeezed territory these days. So I'm looking forward to seeing him get in the ring there at the end of the month. Before we get there, though, I know you guys have a big tag team match coming up this weekend as well.
That's right.
There it is right there. Taking on the former Vaudevillains, Matt Raywalt and Simon Gotch. I'm assuming your first time in the ring with these two?
Yes, sir.
It actually has been. You know, we actually been on a few shows with Simon Gotch a few years ago. I want to say right around after he left the WWE his first time around, actually for a few Battleground shows. To say, to return to Battleground and have it be against him, and at the arena nonetheless, it really is, just the theme of the show. Everything comes full circle, back to, the year-round mark. So it's just season's givings, as they say. I'm looking forward to it.
The year-round
Definitely
mark.
a bucket list tag team for sure.
And speaking of marks, a couple of things. I don't know. I know they've been moving.
Let's see.
Those banners in the arena, I know sometimes get moved around a little bit, but always cool to see the one for Trent hanging up there amongst so many others. I mean, just looking at those banners always brings back so many memories, even though the arena doesn't necessarily look like it used to. Sometimes it's kind of hard to recognize, but the history is still there in that building. And man, they've made some crazy improvements in a lot of ways. So certainly a little bit cleaner than it used to be. That's for sure.
For the better.
Yeah.
By the way, Wrestling Pause, real quick, I want to go to the chat. He said, well, I just checked. Only one person downloaded the Donnie B on Community Creations. It'd be nice if that number could be bumped up. Come on,
Let's get
people.
those numbers
Download
up, guys.
Donnie. Wait a
I'm
minute.
surprised that happened. Thank you to
Download
Mom.
Donnie.
That's
Thanks, Mom.
as they say, guys, that's a quality mark.
Yeah. You know what, though? That's one more than we had yesterday. That's the way I look at it. Thank you, Mom.
That's one more than so many people.
Yeah, one more than Nick Burke has.
Donnie, I would download you if I had a gaming system, but I'll be honest, I haven't owned a gaming system since 360 when the TNA game came out. It's been that long. I think it might be time for me to get one.
Yeah, I don't really play games. I don't.
It's definitely time for something, Rob.
It is some 15 minutes of fame.
Oh,
I don't have a song ready for it yet, but we'll just do it. We'll do this.
someone get
All right.
right.
Some big influences there, guys. So
What a great picture.
So this is the picture that started it all. This was us 1 year ago at Donnie's event. It's me in a suit, if you can't see it, with the Graysons. It's the night we met, and we talked, and we met in the locker room, and we took a picture in the locker room, the three of us. And we were on Facebook the other day, and it said 1 year ago today, and it showed the picture. So we were like, hey, let's post it again. So we did. And then this happened. Our old buddy Nick Burke, taking pictures in locker room, puts the Trent Mark thing, which is over. I always laugh at that. All right.
And Donnie B says, better than when you were taking pictures from which is in the crowd. Better than where you were taking pictures from which is in the crowd. So I implied that Nick Burke was taking photos of the boys from the crowd, a.k.a. he was in the crowd as a ticket buying fan. I thought that was a pretty funny remark.
Agreed.
I don't have any heat with Nick, but I thought that was a pretty funny, Matt Jermont. I don't know. As of right now, it is on a hiatus only because everybody can't get on the same page to do the show. Maybe we'll try to bring it back for the playoffs if we can. I don't know. We will see.
Yeah. They can't all be as organized as us five.
No. Oh, so get
go
back
ahead,
to this.
Donnie.
Okay.
Donnie
So then
requested
Nick-
this time.
Yes, and then Nick responded, I don't sit in the crowd at shows. I mean, where else would he sit? I mean, what? And then I responded, you should. And he put, if that show was entertaining, I probably would have. So I think he was trying to take a dig at the Contest of Champions. I'm not sure, saying it was the shit, which makes no sense because if he wasn't there and didn't watch it, I mean, probably the best show that Ocean County's ever seen. I don't know what he wanted, but Oh well, Nicky Boy couldn't take a rib, I guess. Hence the
Couldn't
reason
take
he
a
should be in the crowd. Yeah.
But like, how different is it today? Like, to see that on Facebook today is abnormal.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's insane. But
Like, I don't know. Listen, I'm all for the side of peace. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what the deal is or what the heat is. Like, let's be honest, Donnie. When you created the Backseat Boys and cast Trent and I in the role, you saw our friends, wife beater. You were going to bring him into the backseat. You saw Nick Burke and you opened up your heart and said, let me help get this guy over because he's a good hand. He's a good worker. And you
I gave Nick
him
Burke, $1 million gimmick. $1 million gimmick. I had gone to Atlantic City and I saw Wayne Newton perform. And I saw Wayne Newton come running out on stage doing this thing with his hands. And I said, holy shit. If somebody could do a lounge lizard or like a bad nightclub act as a comedian or a bad singer, it would be phenomenal. And literally a light bulb went off in my head. I thought of Nick Burke with a toupee, the bad suit, the powder blue suit, everything. And I gave it to him, even the name, Nicky. I don't know if I came up with the name. I think I did, or he might have. I'm not sure. You did? Was it you?
I didn't come up with the name. I came up with the BENZ at the end.
Benz. Nicky Benz. And then, it was a whole lounge thing. And I don't know what happened. He just, after a while, didn't want to do it, or he went back to CZW, whatever the deal was. He just wanted to be like regular Nick Burke. And that's cool. I have no heat with it. But it's like another guy, if he would have just cultivated. Imagine now if he was doing that gimmick in 2023, 2024. He would be like in his 40s or whatever. Like, I don't know how old's Nick.
Well,
it's got to be in his 40s, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So he'd be an older lounge act. Now it would be even better. He would be like the over the hill lounge lizard. And I don't know, man. And then before anybody discredits and says that's the shits, take a look on AEW. There's a Danhausen running around. There's Orange Cassidy running around. There's an Abaddon running around. You know what I mean? There's plenty of mileage in that. And if Nick would have ran with it over the last 15, 20 years, the following he could have had, even today on social media, like doing a fake set, put it out there, a comedy set or an album or whatever it is, man. There's so much that could have been. That was such an untapped gimmick looking back. Holy shit, man. I wish somebody would come along and do it and give it a full, full steam ahead and really try and put some effort into it and kick ass. But not that he didn't, because when he did it, I saw clips of it here and there. He did a great job, but I don't think he ever put pedal to the metal and went balls out with it and just said, this is it. I'm Nicky Benz and I'm going to kick ass with it. And I wish he would have, because I think he was perfect for it.
I agree, Donnie. And you know what else about Nick is he's an inherently funny person when he's in a good mood.
Yes.
And he totally could have gotten that over. I could see him as a stand-up comedian doing what Dan Barry does. When I hang out with Nick, I laugh the whole time. When I hang out with you, I laugh the whole time. It's just like when Trent's, And if Nick can just tap into that again, like he was doing up at ISPW earlier this year, he's going to be great at it.
Yeah, I don't know. He gets a little bit of success with it, looks like, and then he just stopped. I forgot he was working for Tommy. I'm not sure what happened, but there you go. Putting out content. Imagine just doing content all the time on the internet as Nicky Benz, a podcast or whatever it is as Nicky Benz, living the gimmick 24 hours a day, man. Somebody would take notice of that and bring him in. You shitting me? You don't think he could get a match on Dark or whatever those shows are? I don't even know if they're still around or whatever it is. I'm sure at some point he could have got a look or something, dude. There's no doubt in my mind he was that good.
Yep. We got a chat here. Rob, you want to read this one?
Oh, taking a shot. Well, is that a fresh hat, Tommy? Now I don't know.
Well, read it because some people.
So funny story.
How many days straight have you worn that hat?
All right. So funny story, real quick, and I don't want this to take long, but this actually involves these two knuckleheads right here. So, as you all know, I started wearing the red Yankee fitted to the ring around. The time we started doing the New Graysons thing. And then somehow, some way, it just stuck on me for a match. And I was like, forget it. It'll just be my gimmick. Jeff Hardy did it at one point. Guys could do it. It's whatever. It's 2023.
It's definitely very
see how long they can wrestle with the hat on for.
Yeah. So eventually what had happened was the first original hat that I had, like this is one of many, long story short.
Yes,
the first original one was retired.
Hold on. How long have you worn the hat? How many days straight? It's a number is your answer.
How many days straight? Tell you what, I'll get back to you, Matt Dreamont, on that one. It's story time. This is one of many. Okay. So how many consecutive days have I worn this hat? The world may never know. Okay. Like the old Tootsie Pop commercial.
What do you
Wow.
think of this hat? I'm all Christmased up with my Christmas hat and my
It matches
red,
there, the red and white. Yeah,
the
Yeah.
Mach-
So,
bro. Wore a
so,
Mach-
so, so
it's a little less
basically,
new metal, but yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, I wound up
Long story
ordering
not. Long story not at all. We'll do. So go ahead, Rob. Finish. Move on. Bonnie B never asked me to be a backseat boy. Said rat boy.
Was that ever
Well,
in consideration?
No, amazingly enough, when I was thinking of two men that could be like sex symbols and boy band members, I know this is hard to believe, but I did not have the rap boy under consideration. He might have been a distant fourth or fifth thousandth on the list, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Oh well.
So
Yeah,
where did the
listen,
I mean, Johnny mentioned kind of like the casting and some of the choices there, but where did the inspiration for the team gimmick itself come from?
I was driving home from the Osprey nightclub where I used to work, bouncing and security on the side because it was a lot of fun. And I Want It That Way came on the radio. And I swear to you, man, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, there's what would be so cool if there was a tag team that came out to this and they were an actual boy band. I said, that's instant heat. Never did I want to put myself in it or be the manager. Never. That never when I first thought of it. And then I said, I got to find two guys that kind of look the part. I'll figure it out. And I went to Dennis. I said something to Carluzzo, and he was like, yeah, that's a cool idea, man. Hey, whatever you want to do, man, that's cool. And then like a bolt of lightning, truth be told, full transparency, the first two people I thought it was Trent and Billy Reel. Billy Reel was one of them. And God love Billy. And Johnny knows that. I haven't seen or heard of Billy. I have no idea if he's alive, whatever his deal is. But Billy at the time had heat for different reasons, and it was a little bit of a train wreck. And I'm not healing him. It's all honest. He would be the first to say that. So I kind of automatically just after asking around, kind of just said, I'll go a different direction. And then it was, I think, was it Pine Hill, Johnny?
Jeez.
Where was the show where I met you? Was it Pine Hill?
Egg Harbor.
Egg Harbor. Okay. I walk in and Trent was there, and Trent said, this is a buddy of mine, Johnny Kashmere. And the first thing I said to him was, dude, is that your real name, Kashmere? No way. And he's like, yeah, that's my real name. I was like, holy shit, what an awesome name. And then they were standing next to each other. And I had these, like, when Jericho was wearing those like tinfoil shirts, I had a couple of those. I started wearing them here and there. I was wearing them first. But I gave one to Johnny and one to Trent. And they put them on. And I said, let me just take a look at this. And they were standing next to each other. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, I think this is it. These are the guys. And then with like the thing with like that wife beater guy and somebody else, I was like, maybe we could have 3 or 4 members. And then I just said, you know what? Let's just do the 2 and see how it works. Plus, wife beater came to one of the shows and his head looked like it was a landmine had went off on it because I think he got hit with a chainsaw or a weed whacker or whatever it was in one of the death match things. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I can't have this guy as like a sex symbol, like boy band guy with scars all over his head. So that's why I went with Johnny and Trent.
Yeah.
The rest
And
is
the
history.
history.
That makes sense. Well, so and obviously, so the boy band gimmick, kind of like you mentioned the back Street Boys there. It's too bad the back Street Boys didn't steal from the back Seat Boys and try to get all the fans to stuff dollars in their pants. Imagine how much money they would have made over the years.
Well, they could have. And the funny thing at the time, and I know there was always some discussion on who was kind of first, because Bill Barons was running down in NWA Georgia, and he had the bad Street Boys, and they were Shane Helms, Shannon Moore. Who were the other guys?
York and Matthews.
York and Matthews. Jesus Christ, how did I not know that? I've known Joey forever. But it was those 4. And I always kind of thought like we were first. I'm not exactly sure of the timeline. I have to really think if I gave a shit about it. It was probably close. If whoever was first was probably literally like weeks or months apart. But I wish we could have done something with them. That would have been cool. Bad Street versus Backseat. That would have been pretty awesome, man. Looking back, I wish we did.
Absolutely.
Would have been fun. But I mean, at least back in those days too. I mean, even if it was running at the same time in kind of different territories at first, it was a different era. That I mean, people
completely.
fans wouldn't know in your market that somebody else is doing something similar elsewhere or whatever. So
No.
now
And
you can't get away with that. Now you really got to be unique because everybody sees everybody on these streaming services and all that.
Yep.
You guys had the boy band manager, you know?
We did. That only happened because I think
Yeah.
we started getting booked, I was getting booked, or they were out in Pittsburgh and other places. And I said, I'll manage you guys or something, whatever it was. And then we did it like once or twice, and we came up with all those cool like 3-man spots. The 3-man powerbomb, we were the first ones to do it. It wasn't the Shield. The 3-man super kick, all that shit, man. We were doing that. Me, Johnny, and Trent. It was all ours. And then it just worked. Like the three of us were awesome together. Like it really was an awesome combination when I think back and I look at the videos and this and that. Like, and the big thing was like, I was big, a pretty decent sized guy, and I was in shape. So the thing was like, wow, this guy can work and he's in shape and all. Like, but I didn't want to get hit, and like that was the gimmick. Like if I got hit and bumped, like there was the big reaction because it never really happened that much. I was busy putting myself over as the booker.
Yep.
You guys aesthetically all just looked the part.
We did, man. We lived it. Johnny was the
So ahead
fashion
of its
plate.
time.
Yeah, he was the fashion plate and the business and the mind. Trent was the Jeff Hardy, without a doubt, and I was the evil mastermind in the background. That's what it was. The three of us.
You were Darth Sidious.
Yeah, bro. Proud to have that honor.
So, it's funny. I threw a little something together real quick if you'll indulge me. So this is the new
will.
Backseat World. I made a map of Backseat World. Are you ready, guys? So we are like your action figures. See, you got Batman, Robin, and Nightwing. This podcast, Spocast, is like the Batmobile. It's like action figures vehicle. We come with our own vehicle now. And Spo Wrestling is like our play set. So that's Backseat World in a nutshell. But we do have one more thing we have to get to before we go, guys. It's a very special day today, and we have a special gift to give. And I don't think Sonny's with us right now, but it is Sonny Kiss's birthday today. So let's all take a second, Sonny, and let you know how much we love you. And
happy birthday, Concrete Rose.
Happy birthday to the bomb.com.
Happy birthday.
man, can we think of a gift? I wish we could give a gift.
I think we just did
I
that
wish-
song. She could put that on loop.
Yeah,
I think I have an idea.
How about
What?
that hat
And many
on,
more.
on Tommy's head? Yeah.
Tommy,
This
what's your
one?
idea?
Well, aside from the hat, I
It's
think
okay. He's got other ones.
I think there's a way we could give Sonny a good birthday gift. Why don't you give a hint at what it is, JP?
Got my hat now.
Go ahead, Tommy. Spill it, brother.
Sonny's birthday gift? Well, if I'm not mistaken, Sonny's birthday gift would be to take on the winner of Johnny Kashmere versus Homicide at Spo Wrestling.
Oh, is that what she's getting?
Whoa.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Did Johnny even know that? I don't think
Wait,
so by
so-
his reaction.
So the winner, so the very first title defense of either me or Homicide has to be against Sonny Kiss now.
I mean, listen, I didn't make the rules. I think I just, I heard from a very reliable source that if Sonny Kiss were to receive anything for their birthday, they want to go one-on-one with the winner of Johnny Kashmere versus Homicide at Spo
Right.
Wrestling.
Well, we'll have to talk to Molyneux and make it happen. I don't know, man. Donnie B, what do you think? Should that match happen?
I think that's pretty awesome, actually, because I think Sonny Kiss is a gold mine untapped. I think they literally just tap the surface with her, man. Like, there's so much you could do.
The athleticism is like through the roof.
Yeah,
Absolutely
just the charisma and athleticism. The problem was they didn't know how to translate any of that into a viable commodity each week on TV. They would just give little spots here and there. They didn't know how to get that going all the way. Like, it's definitely a way to do it.
Yep. And you know what, too? This Saturday when we're at the arena, if you girls want to bring dollars and start the whole dollar thing up again, you might as well. I mean, I won't hate you for it, So that's an idea. Another thing I want to mention is we're looking for a wrestling ring. If anyone in the area has a wrestling ring in storage they want to sell, we're trying to get the school open as fast as possible. So we're looking for wrestling rigs. So I just wanted to put that out there as well, everybody.
Mike Keener seems to always know that stuff. Mike Keener, if you hear this, Mike Keener knows. He's like the Templeton Peck, the face man of the A-Team. You guys probably don't know what that is, but he was always the guy who could get everything for everybody. So Mike Keener's kind of like that. If you need something in wrestling, go to Mike Keener. I used to be that guy when they would do TVs and come around. They'd call for like extras and stuff. That'd be me. I'd go get them.
He just hit me up today, Donnie, asking if we needed title belts.
Hell yeah.
Did you? I don't know. Did I break up?
Oh,
He
really?
hit me up. Keener did. He hit me
Keener
up.
Gimmick.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. Anyway, so, yep. Let me see. Not too long, I was talking to someone.
Wrestling calls, yeah.
Bad Street Boys versus Backseat Boys. Yep. BSV versus BSV. Exactly.
I actually just found
I
a
think
match with Bad Street at MCW. Just texted it to you. Throwback.
Yes.
Wow.
With York and Matthews. Yes.
Correct.
That is very true.
So if I'm not mistaken, and not to go backwards, but when it originally was the Bad Street Boys, it was the four of them, York, Matthews, and then Shane and Shannon. And then when they went and became 3 Count, they took that name and they carried it well up until I think Matthews went into WWE and rebranded as Joey Mercury.
When Jimmy Hart brought him in as 3 Count, I think that was Jimmy Hart's idea. And then they took put Evan Courageous in there, and Joey and Christian didn't get in. I have no idea. Shane would know, obviously, but I have no idea, like, if Christian and Joey weren't asked. I'm kind of surprised that the 4 of them didn't get booked. I don't know the whole story behind that.
They wound up in ECW.
Yeah, towards the end, but I'd be interested to find out how come they didn't go.
That's a great question. Yeah, we'll try to get guys like that on here. And that's another thing. We're about to wrap up right now. It's 8:05. But on Mondays, after we do these live tapings, right around 8:30, 8:45, we go on Instagram Live and we see who we can interview. We've already had Schwacker Luke. We've had Bill Alfonso. Tonight, I know we have Vince Valor already lined up, the ESW heavyweight champion. We're going to talk to him and see who else pops up. So remember that too. And that'll all be uploaded come Friday on wherever podcasts are found.
Very cool.
Yes.
Sweet.
That.
All right.
We're getting ready for this weekend. Excited
2 weeks from tonight. Yeah.
Hope to see you guys at the convention and at the ECW Arena, 2300, Philadelphia. We'll see you guys
Saturday.
That's right.
This Saturday night. All right, we're going to end it with Faces promo, the feral face, and then we're going to take it home, guys. Thanks for everything. Get your tickets at spowrestling.com, and we will see you guys. Yes. And
1 year mark.
Very soon.
See you guys on. Make sure you guys check out the Instagram live.
Mr. 13, I don't think that we've had the pleasure of meeting just yet. But since I'm here, let me just introduce myself. I am Lucky 666. And with that being said, somebody doesn't want you around anymore. Somebody wants you gone from this picture. Somebody wants you dead. Because, Mr. 13, somebody sent me to you. Because right now, at this moment, I'm the greatest hitman doing it right now. And what that means is that when you're in the ring with Face, it's a hit. And I'm simply just here to let you know that you're not cut out for this world. And I'm here to take you out of it. And December 31st, SPO, you won't have to remember the name, because you'll remember the face.
Check out our new podcast, now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. Just search Spocast.